this last year, right, I recently got into anime, and anime is Japanese cartoons, right? And it's really fun. I've really never, I've seen it before. I've seen the Yu-Gi-Oh, I've seen the Pokemon, but I really never had a reason to. I just kind of dinked around. But I found it, they had it on Netflix or whatever, and now I'm, there's all the internet. You can go on the internet. There's stuff that, there's like a billion shows on YouTube too that people just put up on there, so it's easier to access now. But it's really fun, and I'm making this video just to talk about all the shows, or at least the shows I remember watching, at least, right? I saw the good ones that I've seen in this past year, and I really got only into it later in the year, right? So there's not too many, but they're pretty good. And maybe I'm not watching all the these are still pretty popular, but they're not the best. So maybe if you haven't heard of one, maybe you should go watch it. I mean, I only watch the best, so all my opinions are, it's fact, and you can't disagree. So yeah, I'm gonna list all the shows, and then I'll give a basic summary, and then I'll recommend everybody to watch it because they're very fun. All I do is I'm always watching because there's a lot of cool stuff, and I'm big into like the philosophy and like it's not like there's a lot of cartoons where there's fun stuff. They also kind of cover some deep topics, so that's fun too. So starting off first, we have Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion. So this is the first show that I watched because it's all on Netflix, I think, right? Yeah. And so this is the first anime I watched kind of in my travels, and it's really nice. It's about if you don't know the plot, this is kind of old, but the plot is there's a boy, Shinji Ikari. He needs to pilot a big mecha to defeat the attacking angels, as they're called, the like alien people. Not really, it's spoilers, but it doesn't matter. And I really like it. It's very philosophical because Shinji's kind of this like doormat of a character, and it's fun, and I really like it. It's the cinematography. I don't know if that'd be the right word, but like it's very well made. It's very fun. There is a movie you'd have to watch if you just watch the show. You're gonna be staying confused by the ending, so you gotta watch the movie. The movie's really nice too, and I really like it. It's very fun. Alright, so next up we have Azumanga Daioh. So this is a complete 180 from Evangelion. This is a short, or not this short, but it's short skits, right? Because it's based off of like a Garfield type of book. And so it's very fun, very charming. It's like I said, it's a comedy show about a group of high schoolers at this school, and all the characters have unique personalities, and they get into situations and the conversations they get to, and the personalities kind of bounce off of each other. It's very fun. There's a lot of fun jokes in it. It's very popular in like like on the internet because there's a lot of gags, right? You got like Osaka or whatever, right? It's very fun, and I really enjoyed it. Alright, so next up we have GTO. So this is Great Teacher Onizuka. This is this is one of the longer shows I've watched. Most of the other shows I watched like 12, maybe 26 episodes. This one's 43, so it's a lot longer, but it's great. It's about Akichi Onizuka, a former game member who then becomes a teacher, and he just kind of helps his students, because the students are kind of an unruly gang of students, and he uses unorthodox and dangerous methods to kind of connect to his students and help them grow. It's very fun. I really loved it. All the characters. There's so many characters, but by the time the show ends, all of them. All their concepts. They all have individual growths. They have all the characters have arcs. There's like a billion characters, and they all learn, and it's great. I love it. It's very over the top. It's once again, it's a blast. All right. Once again, whatever number we're on Kill la Kill. So Kill la Kill is an action comedy about Ryuko Matoi, this girl who's on the mission to get revenge for her father's murder. Right? There's way more to the story. It's way more convoluted. But I'm not gonna spoil it because that's the intro to the show, right? So I'm not. That's like halfway through the first episode. But it's very fun. There's like a school. There's school, and there's like clothing is a big thing, right? So each clothing gives you like powers because their clothing is aliens or something. I don't know. It's very fun. I loved it. It's kind of, I will say it is, you're watching, you go, what am I watching? But it's hilarious. Best character, Mako Mankancho. Best character, very fun. It's very animated. It's very, cartoony. And I kind of like that. It's kind of a breath of fresh air first because it's also very serious and action oriented. And there's a lot of fun characters, right? I love characters that are fun, right? That's the best. And so once again, right, with all these shows, it's great. You should watch it. Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man is the second show I watched. It's still the best, even after all the shows I've watched. It's great. Fujimoto knows how to make a good story. This Chainsaw Man is the story of Denji, who is a boy with absolutely nothing. Think of the worst possible situation you can be in. He's in a worse situation. It's horrible. But then he finds this dog that has like a chainsaw for a nose because it's a devil, right? Because there's like devils in this world that they go around. They're like representations of things that are scary, right? So he finds this chainsaw devil that's like a dog, and then he uses it to kill devils for like the mafia. But then he dies, which, spoiler alert for like the first episode or whatever, right? But then he gains the chainsaw powers from the dog, who like becomes his heart or whatever. And so then he goes and he moves to the city, and fun ensues because he works for the government, right? It's very good. There's a movie. That movie was good too. It's great. I mean, more seasons hopefully will come out because it's ongoing book. I mean, it's gonna take 50 years for it to get out, but it's fine though. So it's great book. You should watch it, honestly. Like all the shows I watched, I think that there's something that just makes it completely different from all the other shows I watched. Okay, so now we have Kite. So Kite is a movie about, it's an action movie about this orphan girl named Sawa who is trained as an assassin because, she's trained as an assassin by these two guys, and then there's another boy assassin that she, makes friends with, who works for the same people she does. And I mean, that's the entire plot actually, right? Then they go kill people, and then stuff happens. It's a fun film. You should watch it because it's not that long. It's kind of a short film, and it's a film that you like, oh no, watch it for an hour and you're done. But the plot makes basically little sense. I mean, they'll just delay to do stuff, and then then they'll like die, and you'll be like, well, why didn't you just kill the person then? But it's fun. I mean, I think most people know this film just for sticking the needless amounts of just like bad and sex in it, and so it's kind of, but it's fine. Just like look away or whatever. I don't know, but it was kind of fun. It's kind of an interesting film, so you might as well see it. All right, now we have My Dress Up Darling. So this is the Manly Man show it's a romantic comedy about the boy Wakana Gojo and Marin Kitagawa, and the setup is that Gojo is like this he makes traditional Hina dolls with his grandpa, and so he's not that good, so he only makes the clothes, so he knows how to sew. And one day his sewing machine breaks, and so he goes to school where they have a sewing machine, and he's sewing, and he meets Marin, who's this like popular girl, and she doesn't know how to sew, but wants to make costumes to dress up as their like favorite characters. And so they work together, and because Gojo knows how to sew, and Marin wants to have things sewn for her, and so they befriend each other, and then that's how they get close, and they do it. And I really liked it because there's 2 seasons of it, and the first season I think it's very good. It's about it focuses on hard work and dedication to one's craft, and I really like that. It's very good. The second season is weaker just because they get so many characters, and and I think the focus is taken away from Gojo, the main guy, and I don't like that because it's like, this is a Manly Man show. I want to see my man Gojo make dolls. But it's, like I said, very good. This is like one of the only shows that has 2 seasons that I watched, and it's very good. There might be a 3rd season, I've heard, maybe not. Right? It hasn't been confirmed, but like it's once again based on a book, and there's like enough book for it to go. Because the ending was kind of weak though. So, but it's good. Alright, so next up we have Frieren. So Frieren, I've heard a lot, I was hearing a lot about it, and I was like, I don't really want to watch it, doesn't seem very interesting, not my taste. Well, it's actually very good. I really liked it. It's about time and connection to others, and the way it is that you have the main character Frieren, who's an elf, who's lived for a very long time, and will continue to live for a very long time, right? And so she really doesn't see time passing like other people do, right? And so the show starts actually at the end of her journey of after she killed the Demon King with her adventuring friend, right? And we'll come to learn that they weren't really her friends because she didn't really get to know them very well because, time or whatever, right? But, and then the group separates, they go all their different ways, and all of that is just the backstory to her new adventure with her new adventuring friends to the same place because of, I'm not going to spoil it, but that's the point, right? And I really like this series because it has a lot of different things I like, right? First of all, it talks about, time, and like that's kind of an interesting concept of like what does it mean for you and to live for all this time and just like have, you know, all of her friends are dying or whatever, right? So that's it's kind of interesting to learn about that. But then also at the same time, I really like it, you know, this is not too big of a spoiler, but I really like how it talks about demons. So a lot of times in shows they'll be like, oh, this is an evil being, but they're not actually evil. In this, it's like the bad guys are bad because they are generically bad, and being bad is what they want. They live nothing for being bad. I really like that because it's a villain where in this kind of just normal story, you have a villain it's a villain, right? And so it's a good villain, you go kill him or whatever, and I really like that. That's really good. I'm just kind of bad, but it's very good. I got into it. But the only really thing I didn't like about it, and I kind of, you know, this is kind of what I was fearing from the beginning, is that the setting and like the setting is a bit generic and the world kind of seems fake. It's kind of the generic like anime, like D&D type setting kind of, and I don't really like that, but the way they use the characters is very fun. All the characters are good and I really like it. So next up, we have Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. So Fragrant Flower that Blooms with Dignity is a romance about this guy who works at his family's bakery and this girl who likes cake. And the story increases in some complexity by having the pair go to rival schools, right? The girl goes to this like all-girls school who's all fancy, and the guy goes to like public school, and the two schools hate each other. Don't know why. They're very, like, I mean, it's kind of comical how much they hate each other. And that's the funny part, but the story is also just kind of, it was okay, but it's kind of generic, and the conclusion was not very satisfying. And, you know, I've heard that they might do a season 2, which is it's good, right? The story didn't really end very well, but also I don't really know how they'd fix the issues. But, you know, this is the one show that, I mean, you don't really have to watch. It's kind of generic, and I didn't really like it, but it was fine. The characters are nice, I guess, but nah, it's just kind of generic. Okay, so this next one really isn't an anime because it's 3D, but this is Malice Style. So this is, the whole movie is on YouTube, right? So I'll link it down below because I think you should see it. It's, you know, split into 3 parts, but it's a very cool 3D animated film about robots living, like, basically, like, you know, it's the apocalypse or whatever. All the humans are dead or whatever, right? It's, you know, or post-apocalypse, I guess, I don't really know, right? All the humans are extinct, and it's just these robots walking around living, and the story follows Malice, who is this like prostitute robot, and then she discovers like a strange, not like kind of mystery, and then the film splits off, and then kind of crazy stuff happens. I'm not going to spoil it because that's kind of the point. But and yeah, like I said, the whole thing's on YouTube. I'm going to link it, but it's you might as well watch it. Kind of like the other film. I mean, it's, you know, hour and a half, whatever. You know, you can even watch it at 2 times speed. That's what I did on accident. I mean, you know, if you don't speak Japanese, you don't tell anything because you can't tell. But I mean, it's fast film. Watch it, and I really like it. It's very, the animation's kind of cool. So next up we have Air. So Air is a TV and film based on the visual novel of the same name, Air by Key. And the story is of Yukido, this wandering puppeteer who finds himself involved in the strange lives of these 3 girls. Right, I really liked the story. I was planning on making a full video talking about the themes of it because I think it's a very interesting game. But for that video, I wanted to play the visual novel, and I still haven't yet to do that. So, you know, that might come out soon, probably not. 'Cause it'll take a while to play the game. But I really liked it. The characters are fun, and it covers a lot of kind of deep topics of like, you know, about family and just kind of like pain, and it's for how kind of happy it looks. I mean, it's very kind of sad. So I kind of like that, you know, sad things are kind of fun. So next up we have Ghost in the Shell. So Ghost in the Shell, I've heard a lot about. It's this popular film about the future. It tells about a future where people and technology are very close, and like, you know, everybody's like basically like all robot, and they you know, they've kind of lost humanity, I guess, or like themselves, and so it portrays the message of what it means to be a person. And I didn't like it. I thought I didn't like it. Right, it's interesting, the themes are kind of cool, but I just didn't really like it because the story wasn't good, and the themes, it's like, I think there was a better way of telling it, and they didn't really go far enough. They kind of just like, isn't that kind of interesting, I guess? But they didn't even really do that, so I just kind of, nah. I mean, like I said, the plot, the setting, and the animation were kind of fun, but the story ended, nah, and I just didn't really like it. I heard that there's like a sequel, but I don't think it is a sequel, so, I mean, you know, maybe that's a thing. I probably won't watch it because I didn't like the original, right? But, you know, I'd say you watch it once again with these films. It's like you waste an hour and maybe you'll learn something cool, right? I don't know. Alright, so then we have Look Back. So Look Back is a film, and I think it's based on a book by the guy that did Chainsaw Man, Fujimoto, and I didn't like this film. I didn't like it. It's about like these kids that are growing up and they want to make mangas, right? I didn't like it. I thought it was too confusing because then there's like alternate dimension or something, and like depending on the thing, and I mean like the message is kind of fine because it's like, oh well, like I don't really know what it was trying to say, and so that was kind of confusing. Once again, it's a movie, so you should just kind of watch it. But I just didn't really like it. I thought it was just kind of confusing and meh. I mean, maybe try to explain it to me, but I don't know. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought it was kind of fun, and hopefully I'll make more of these types of videos where it's just kind of me talking with images. Cause I got a second monitor for Christmas, and so now it's a bit easier to do it, and I mean, once again, probably not. I mean, but hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned a new TV you want to watch, TV show you want to watch, or movie or whatever. Recommend any other TV shows that you think I should watch. I mean, there's a couple of shows I'm watching now, right? Cause I'm watching like 3 movies at a time. I'm watching 3 TV shows at a time, so it's kind of crazy. Got a big backlog of garbage because there's so many cool stuff. That's what I was saying. I mean, there's so much cool stuff to watch. But whatever. I heard like Demon Slayer is cool. It's really long, so I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, it's fun, right? But hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.